I feel like I'm one of the best playmakers in this draft. Being able to catch the ball deep or catching a short route and taking it the distance. And obviously, I feel like I'm the best red zone threat in this draft. So I know I definitely can be utilized in that way.
What was the wait like with so many receivers being picked ahead of you?
It was pretty brutal. We sat around yesterday waiting, anticipating that, and then that didn't happen, so we came back today and just waited and were patient, and, I couldn't be happier with where I ended up.
So what was that emotion when your phone rang here a little while ago?
It was unlike anything I've ever felt before. My family was extremely excited and happy, and, this is just a dream come true. This is what I've been looking forward to my whole life. And I'll finally get to do it and take it to Green Bay. And couldn't imagine being in a better place.
Davante, we saw you on TV. Who all is there with you?
What was that? I couldn't hear that.
We saw you on TV. Who all is there with you at home?
It was my mom, my dad, my cousin. I had about 3 cousins. One of my friends from Fresno, my girlfriend, my uncle, 2 uncles, and my agent and my marketing guy.
Davante, what are your thoughts on getting the opportunity now in the NFL to catch passes from Aaron Rodgers?
Like I said before, I couldn't imagine I couldn't be happier being anywhere else. Aaron Rodgers has always been one of my favorite quarterbacks, and obviously he's been proven to be the best quarterback in the league. So, It's just like in college with having Derek Carr throw me the ball, and he made my job easier. Aaron's definitely going to do the same thing, and I can't wait to get started working with him.
Here in Green Bay, I can't help but notice similarities between you and a guy that left Green Bay, James Jones, both from the Bay Area, kind of the same size and stuff. Did you watch him growing up at all, and do you see any similarities between your game and his?
Well, I didn't watch him growing up. I didn't know who he was earlier, but since I've been in college, I've gotten to know him pretty well, and we've talked multiple times, and I'm happy for what he's doing now, and he's definitely a great route runner, real disciplined guy, and somebody that I look up to. So we have a little bit different parts of our game, but he definitely is a great player, and many qualities that I try to take on myself with moving forward to the NFL.
How much did you talk with Green Bay during the process, and were you aware that they were interested in you?
Honestly, not very much. We talked at the combine, but didn't really speak throughout the whole process. But I felt like we had a really good meeting, and they got a good feel for the type of guy that I am, and I got to meet them. And it was a good feeling in there, and I had a good feeling about the meeting. I was surprised we didn't talk and have meetings throughout this whole draft process, but it was great to meet them, and like I said, I'm extremely happy that they drafted me, and I'm just ready to get to work now.
Davante, you're only 21 years old. Are you concerned at all, or how did you convince yourself that you were ready to go to the NFL?
I've always been confident in my abilities all throughout my life, and I've been slept on in different situations, and I know I could rise to the occasion and for whatever it took. And I put together some pretty good film in the 2 years that I played, and I've been there for 3, redshirted the first year, and I sat it on my family and my coaches, and we came to the conclusion that I had done all I could do to prove to teams that I'm ready for the next step, and here we are.
Adams, Davante, there's receivers who ran faster times in the 40. How do you kind of separate the game speed from maybe time speed?
You see a lot of these guys that are maybe track stars. They can run all over the place, but you still got to go up and catch the ball and know spacing and have releases. And the guys that are covering you are fast too, and that it doesn't mean as much to be able to run a 4.2 if you can't get off of press or if you can't go up and high point the ball. And I feel like those are definitely more important qualities. Don't get me wrong, I'm definitely a guy that can I have good speed, I'm not a 4-3 guy, but I definitely know how to beat it, and I don't get caught on the field from behind.
Do you consider yourself a student of the game, and what aspects do you have to still work on?
I definitely consider myself a student of the game. I always know what I'm doing. I always know what every position on the field is doing, and that's something that I definitely prided myself on throughout college and everything. And just been a huge guy, knowing what the defense is doing and knowing coverages and knowing how to adjust against different coverages. So I feel like that's definitely something that sets players apart in college and definitely at the next level in the NFL.
Davante, what wide receivers do you like watching in the NFL, and who would you compare yourself to?
There's guys I like watching, and I have similarities in my game to them, but I wouldn't say that I definitely model my game after them. I have my own style. But guys, big receivers that know what to do once they catch the ball and go up and high point the ball and know how to stretch the field. I feel like those are definitely the type of guys that I play like.
Davante, how do you see yourself fitting in with the likes of Jordy, Nelson, Randall Cobb, and the other weapons the Packers have perimeter?
Say that again? I couldn't hear that.
He just asked, how do you see yourself fitting in with guys like Jordy Nelson and Randall Cobb and some of the other weapons on offense?
I see myself fitting in perfectly. I'm extremely excited that I get to play with these guys. They definitely had a lot of success, and they can teach me a lot going in with me being a rookie and then having a lot of experience. So the more I can learn, the quicker the better. And I know that there'll definitely be guys that are open to helping me out with stuff like that. And we just learn off of each other and try to be the best wideout group in the NFL.
How much fun is it playing in a scheme where you get 130 catches in a season? And this is a follow-up. Do you think it'll be challenging to only catch 40 or 50 or 60?
It's just the type of offense I was in before, and I had to deal with catching a lot of passes, and I loved it. And catch 50 balls or whatever it is. It's a different type of offense. You're taking the next step. It's a different game now, and it's something you have to get used to. I definitely love catching balls, so the more the better. But I'm just trying to fit into what we have going in Green Bay, and just be an intricate piece, and just be another part of the puzzle that's going to allow us to have some success.
Davante, it's been said this is a very strong wide receiver class. From your estimation, what you saw guys in the combine, what you know about other guys, what is your impression of the group as a whole?
Or the wideout group in Green Bay?
No, in the draft.
Well, extremely deep, obviously. It's been proven that I guess they say that this is one of the deepest classes in since the draft has been in existence, I guess, and it's great to be a part of it. There's definitely guys that have gone ahead of me that are great players, and there's guys that are continuing to go now that are great players. So we'll see as everything unfolds how everything ends up, but it's definitely a very deep class with a lot of talent.
Davante, do you miss basketball, and how does your basketball background help you?
I definitely miss basketball because I grew up a basketball guy, but I get out there and play in the off season every now and then, and just to get my little fix for it. But I think basketball helped me just because growing up it was always second nature for me to just go up and catch a rebound and high point the ball, because you're not going to get a rebound when you're just bouncing around on the ground. And I feel like that definitely helped me in the red zone when it comes to jump balls and different things like that, and also spacing when it came to a matter of, the court is a lot smaller than a football field, so you have to know how you fit in and know how to spread out to where your team has production.
What do you remember about your meetings with the Packers or Coach Edgar Bennett?
I couldn't hear you, sorry.
What do you remember about your meetings with the Packers or Coach Edgar Bennett?
It was just, I mean, it was amazing with just being around that type of vibe. I feel like I had the best vibe from that group in that room. They definitely had uplifted spirits. Some of the meetings I was in, the coaches didn't seem as happy or they weren't excited or whatever. But it was definitely a good vibe in that room, and I could tell that I'd be getting along with those coaches, and they liked me a lot because I definitely enjoyed that meeting with them.
Two more.
Davante, you were recruited by Pat Hill in his pro-style offense. Then Tim DeRuyter came in. How big of an adjustment was that for you in adjusting back to more of a pro-style offense?
I mean, it wasn't really we were in the pro style in high school, so when I came in and did the pro style with Coach Hill, it was just learning just different plays pretty much because it was the same type of system. And we went to the spread with Coach DeRuyter and loved doing that. Obviously, we got to catch a lot of balls. We didn't run as many routes, and I think people questioned whether or not our receiving core had those type of NFL routes in our arsenal. And then we went to Pro Day, and I definitely showed them that I had them there. And the adjustment wasn't really, it's not going to be anything different because I've already been in a pro style. I know how to run all those routes. And like I said, I'm good with spacing, so it's just going to be a matter of just learning the plays and just getting in that playbook, and that's pretty much going to be it.
What's the coldest game you played in, and are you ready for a December game in Lambeau Field as a California guy?
I'm ready for it. Definitely ready for it. The coldest game I've ever played in was probably 10 degrees, something like that, against Nevada over in Reno. But or Colorado State, we had a snow game there as well. I mean, both of those games I had great games, so